Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes. It is Tuesday evening in 85 degrees at 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One of these days I'll be able to get that right. All right. Good evening. Welcome to Live from Sparkwood in 21. This show chronicles the cult classic 1990s television series Twin Peaks. The 25 years later sequel series The Return, which ran on Showtime in 2017. The prequel film Fire Walk with Me. The films of David Lynch, and all of the multimedia that has surrounded Twin Peaks. I do want to say a quick hello to everyone joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And everyone here in the live chat, channel member JPRPH1, host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-Word Review, channel member Big Al Presents, faithful Blue Wrench channel member The Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel Fluff Check Productions. It's Connie Clary. Friend of the channel Tune the News is with us. Geek Flag with an 8 nose, reminding everybody to like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member. If you're going to give a super chat of 5 or above, why not gift a membership instead? Walk with the YouTuber Ronan. Thank you, sir. Right. Joining me on this Odyssey once again this evening, the Superfans. Last call, Troy Shelley.
Hello.
His better half, Netters Network.
Good evening.
And president of the Flappy Fan Club, H. Boomer.
Did you know that Flappy would often play chess games with Kenneth Welsh during takes? Did you know this?
Was he any good?
Well, I don't know, but I knew that whenever he would move one of the knights or one of the horses, as Flappy called it, he would go.
Oh, God.
He would make the horsey sound.
Somehow doesn't surprise me.
And it would drive Kenneth Welsh crazy that he would do that. Yeah,
I would imagine.
So tonight's episode is entitled The Black Widow, and it is the 12th episode of season 2. And this is basically the start of the whole Ben Horn meltdown, as I call it. And what I come to refer to as the lunatics running the asylum. And of course, we also have the whole situation of Cooper currently suspended from the FBI because he crossed into Canada to break Audrey Horne out of One-Eye Jacks and away from the clutches of the evil Jean Reno, who is now out for revenge because he is now minus 2 brothers, and he wants to even up the scorecard a little bit. What else do we have? We got a lot going on. Oddly enough, when you think that solving Laura Palmer's murder was the ending of it, there's kind of this snowball effect that has now occurred. We also have Major Briggs missing Um, and we're going to get and tonight we're going to get a little bit of insight into his I guess it's pretty safe to say his Majestic 12 background a little bit, which we're going to touch on that. This episode gets kind of very X-Files esque.
That's probably a great way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that we're also going to have David Duchovny in the episode,
Well, true.
does kind of help with that. And of course, Don Davis, who plays Major Briggs, was Scully's dad in to be on the episode. Yes,
That's right.
So
He shows up in a lot of things.
He did. He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like he was always an Air Force guy, though.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the town mayor or something like that, right? You know.
Yeah. All right. And then we also have James Hurley kind of dipping a toe into the world of Mulholland Drive, as I like to now put that storyline, that I didn't kind of understand why it was there, because I was like, okay, we're moving outside of town now. Let's not, the story is here, but now having seen season 3, this storyline becomes a little bit clearer to me, because you do have this evil that starts out in the woods that seems to be spreading now outside of Twin Peaks. And we're kind of getting a little bit of a hint of that as well. So
I'm curious about something. Black Widow. That could be referring to a couple of characters, maybe in this episode, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, there's the lady that has having James work on her husband's car, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most obvious. Yes.
And there's the young lady that married the one brother. Right?
Oh yes, right. That's right. The mayor's brother has gotten married for, I believe they said, the 4th time in the previous episode, and to a much younger woman. And the mayor is none too thrilled, because he thinks she's a gold digger just after his money.
Maybe so. And then Josie Packard.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Josie is back. We got her backstory of how she got involved with the as of yet unseen Thomas Eckert character. Who seems to be someone pulling the strings from afar, and how she ended up hooking up with Andrew Packard. And of course, we also got the reveal that Andrew Packard is still very much alive. So yeah, last week was actually a pretty full episode in and of itself. So.
And we got introduced to little Nikki, right?
Oh, yes. We get Nikki as well.
I knew a girl named Nikki. No, I won't go there.
Oh, no.
Black Widows and Bad Seeds.
That's a great
way
of looking at it, yes.
And hello to friend of the channel, Andrea Black. All right. I do want to remind everyone that the Cosme link is pinned to the bottom of the chat. Please feel free to hit that link, and you can join us to watch the episode. Unfortunately, of course, we cannot show it to you live. Due to YouTube guidelines, we would have to either turn it into a slideshow, pause it every 8 to 30 seconds and fill up with commentary, which would take a bit of time, and or we would have to put a bunch of watermarks on it, which again is also a tad time consuming. So you can join us over on Cosme. You can follow along with your own physical copy. All 3 seasons of the Twin Peaks series are on Blu-ray. You can also, as well as Fire Walk with Me, which actually just got a 4K through Criterion recently. And of course, if you have Paramount Plus, you can also watch that way as well. Because all three seasons are available there, and
But you know what the best option is?
physical media,
The physical
of course,
media.
own it.
Yes, I
Yeah.
literally own every version of Twin Peaks that has ever been released. I may even still have some VHS tapes floating around from when I taped it off of television.
All right, so
I mean that figuratively. I don't mean that there's actually things floating around my house. You know, when we're talking about Twin Peaks, I could easily see you misunderstanding that.
Yeah.
all right. So if everybody would please follow us on over to Cosme, and we will start the show proper. Are we ready to go?
Remember, no pushing, no shoving. There's plenty of seats for everyone.
Exactly.
Indeed. And of course, please remember in the chat to stay on topic, because they're after us about it's an algorithm thing. They're concerned about bots. I get it, but we do want to engage with the chat, but don't start talking about Wizard of Oz or anything, unless the show references Wizard of Oz.
I was just going to say, this is David Lynch, so referencing
because-
Wizard of Oz might actually be very much on top.
And Wild at Heart is basically his remake. So
You're not entirely wrong there. Yeah.
no. All right. Nate says Donis Davis was not in the Air Force. Well, he's played a bunch of Air Force guys.
Yeah,
Mark
that's
Stay.
what I didn't mean really. I meant that character.
And in
often-
X-Files, he's an ex-Navy man. He did serve in the Army, which is true. Joined the Army through the ROTC program during college to help pay for his education. A lot of people did. Went on to serve active duty during the Vietnam War in the late 1960s. He did 3 tours. During his service, he was stationed in Korea with the 7th Infantry
7th
Division
Infantry.
as a personnel and administration officer, and eventually earned the rank of captain. Yeah. So he was the real deal.
Oh,
Very
absolutely.
much. Yeah. All right. So if we are ready, I'll go ahead and count us down. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Flappy.
Do they make gears there? Is that what I'm seeing here?
No, those are grinding wheels to sharpen the blades for the sawmill.
I see. That makes sense.
Yep. Of course, we'll assume that's the case. No, because I think even Twin Peaks, because of the way they showed it in the return, we'll have to revisit that and try to deduce what's going on in Twin Peaks. Because in reality, the sawmill was it was no longer in service when Netter and I used to go there, and the last time that we went, it was almost completely dismantled. There was only like one stack and one building left. And another piece of trivia, although the sawmill is obviously a lumber yard in Twin Peaks, in reality, that sawmill was actually connected to a paper company. They were making wood pulp.
Is that a deer?
It is. Or it could be an elk. It's kind of hard to tell at this distance. But I suspect it's meant to be a deer. And I have no idea what that is up at the top there. I'm afraid it might be a dog.
And you kind of get the idea that he hasn't left the office since the last time we saw him in it.
He's still wearing the same clothes. That's indeed
Yeah.
true. I hope that's another cigar because, you know, I can't imagine an ever burning cigar.
Maybe he blows it out and relights it.
Poets, I understand. Dairy cows, not so much. Welcome,
You know-
Andrea.
You know what would made that priceless if they had a stuffed mammoth at top, mammoth
Yeah.
skyscraper, woolly mammoth.
Flappy had a musical group called the Flapmeister and the Flapette, but the group fell apart after Flappy had physical relations with all of the Flapettes.
It was the 70s. A lot of white powder going around, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So would that be Flappy and the Flapettes?
Yes.
Why is this show so weird?
Because Lynch.
Hello, Jamie Lynn, and no, you're not entirely wrong.
Well, yeah.
Mm. Cooper likes puzzles.
Well, and I also think he's open to the concept of fate. The coin landed on that one, you know, means maybe I should go check this out.
Hello
Hey,
to
Curtis, good to see you,
So-
man. And Jamie Lynn, she was just recently married. She's on her honeymoon, and she's playfully running from her husband.
Or is she?
Well, maybe it's not so playful, yeah.
No.
Oh, what a dick.
Just where I learned his father choked on vomit, but it was someone else's vomit.
Oh,
That was Spinal Tap. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's gross.
I would have thought he would have died with a smile on his face, but I guess not.
Connie, that's brilliant. Instead of an everlasting gobstopper, he has an everlasting gob cigar.
Let's put you guys in the grossness tonight.
That's not gross. It's just weird.
No, I'm just picturing this really wet, icky cigar. Ugh.
Well, you shouldn't be chomping on it like that.
Whoa.
Oh, put that down. Andy.
Yeah, you don't know where it's been.
Oh no.
If you gotta go with a smile.
Today we're gonna get the sad music, aren't we?
See, that's kind of, there is a certain amount of humor to his death and the circumstance around it, but this kind of just cuts right through it. And Lynch was really good at that. Let's be honest. If you're going to go, that's the way you want to go, right?
And see, Andy's really the best one to handle this because
Yes.
he's so compassionate.
He is so, I would go so far as to say empathetic.
Well, this is like the first death by natural cause in the whole series.
Right. And they're still assuming it's a murder.
Yeah.
I killed the prom king. You know, this kind of reminds me of the Phoebe Cates joke from the second Gremlins movie, where they riff on the urban legend, but they make it kind of weird and funny and goofy.
Do you think the revival series made a error by not having her be married to Hawk in the future?
Speaking of Hawk, Charlotte Nystar, welcome. She says Hawk is the man. Absolutely. And welcome, Charlotte. So glad you're here.
Oh, hey, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. She's going to snap him in half.
It's pretty
Gotta
tough,
say,
man.
Weirdest MST3K episode ever.
Nadine kicks ass. She does more than kick ass. She doesn't even have to try. Girls rule, boys drool. I mean, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Now, in actual wrestling competition, this is an illegal move.
No, it's not. You distract the ref, and then you do that move,
I see.
like in WWE, WWF.
Yeah.
Remember?
Like that. Now will you go out with me? Now that I kicked your butt.
Right. How about this? Go out with me or else.
Now he goes back to Donna because Donna never broke his neck.
Right. She looks like her neck's going to snap all on its own. We girls are running the world. Yeah, and you don't even need to flex. You don't need strength.
No, all I gotta do is make chocolate chip cookies, roll it into the dough into balls, and then freeze it. And yeah, that gets
Actually, that is actually a good motivator. Yeah.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, subplot J.
And I'd be sitting there like, why are you telling me all this?
This guy shows up briefly in Wild at Heart, I believe, as well.
If James was a fish, would he get hooked every time?
Probably. He is slow to learn, it seems.
Oh, okay.
So once again, we're going on the premise that everyone's already seen this. This is our second time through, kind of the knowing what we know now stream. So we know that Evelyn's so-called brother is nothing of the kind. He is actually, I don't know if he's a cuckold boyfriend or how you'd put it, but he's okay with his girl being married to another man because they make out on the deal and they assume that he's going to end up dead. That's all part of the plan. It's all very creepy, but this whole idea of the fake brother and sister, thing is a recurring motif I've seen in not specifically Lynch films, but Lynch adjacent films. I'm thinking about like Children Under the Stairs. Although that was a real brother and sister, wasn't it? Yeah. Nate says, James strikes me as the kind of person, if you took a picture of his cell phone and after he left and sent him the picture of the cell phone and tell him he forgot his cell phone, he would come back to get it. Yeah.
This place looks like a dump.
I guess it's like Laura said, He is so sweet, but he is so dumb.
Ew, don't put that in your mouth.
Uh-oh.
How do you know it's baby laxative, not adult laxative?
Formica.
Oh.
You're so astute.
She's like, oh, this is going to be my day, isn't it? Charlotte Nightstar says, I've been doing a trial run for web designing for my business that's starting up. So I've been busy the past few days, doing very well so far. I hope when the folks test the site before launch sometime next week that it will be a success. Oh, I hope the same for you.
And since we do not see Dick Tremaine or Nikki in season 3, I kind of get the feeling it ended the same way Eraserhead did.
Oh, God.
Maybe.
Like, dude, if you're having that hard a time of reading.
They're dressed identically.
Because the douche wants the kid to look just like him.
Yeah. I can't believe he's reading so intently something that's really so straightforward.
Well, if he's never done it before, it's not so straightforward for him.
Oh. Oh shit. I might.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Depends. What are your plans for later today?
We didn't see him on the sequel series. I'm just saying.
Right.
Oh. And of course, Tony Burton, you might remember from the Rocky films, The Shining, and John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13.
Mm.
Now, just to be specific, I don't know if this is intentional or an oversight, but where he pointed was a Chacuma Lake near Santa Barbara, California. The Cold War seems like a case of the sniffles.
So if this was like a police squad movie, or she'd open up the garage and there'd be like a whole bunch of busted like Jaguars and Bentleys and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Can you fix these?
Yeah.
To keep them around.
Or can you at least make one working vehicle out of all these parts?
I've been places, James. I made a movie with Klaus Kinski and survived.
Oh God, yeah.
Ooh. James.
Right?
He likes the dangerous women.
I think he's just
On
gotta
the other
take her
hand,
blonde.
she's no slouch. Give him that.
Mhm.
You know? Oh, when is this show never complicated? Come on.
I hope her quote unquote brother isn't looking in. Just be weird.
I mean, he knows it's all part of the game, which I just find so distasteful. Charlotte, I admit, Evelyn Marsh is hot. Yeah.
Yes. And if I remember correct, that's pretty much about as much as we see of Jeffrey.
You
Yeah.
didn't really see him to begin with. It was
Did I
kind of a
remember
distance thing.
I don't think Bobby is good at scams. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I proved wrong.
No.
That's not what she means. And you think too much with the wrong head, kid.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Of course,
secret
look around
passage?
town. How can you not? Yeah, it's the secret passage.
Okay, because I thought there was multiples in this place.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree, Charlotte. Where they go with
Yeah.
Bobby in season 3 is pretty cool.
It'd be funny if they went to Dr. Jacoby's house to get his help, and then he's doing an Alamo reenactment.
Was I mistaken, or did he just put his cigar down on a cannon emplacement?
Yeah.
You know, it would have been perfect if there was a Civil War reenactors convention at the hotel and they were all Union soldiers.
Oh gosh, right? Given though that it's really the only hotel in town, you would have had both sides staying in the same hotel.
Probably, yes.
It's not really the only hotel in town. We know that for a fact.
True, but it's implied for the purposes of Twin Peaks. Yeats. It's a poem called A Drinking Song.
I want to hear it.
You had one job, Enigma. One.
Yeah.
I think Pete's blitzed.
He's snookered.
That's racist. Ow.
He's like, well, that I can drink too.
Is he like mailing out these tapes every day?
Mm-hmm.
The old-fashioned way. We stole it.
Right. And we're even.
Hey.
They would make a great looking couple, you have to admit.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah, here we go.
Were you talking about them or were you talking about them?
You know what? Maybe I'm having second thoughts now. I love that.
More or less. But, there's still... there's no way this is not awkward, okay?
Right.
Whoa.
Marking territory.
Did he just say baby laxative mixed with the cocaine?
Yes.
Well, now I'm wondering about Bobby and the guy in the woods.
But that was straight baby laxative.
Okay.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
See, he wasn't even getting gypped with cut cocaine. He was
Okay.
getting zero cocaine. This is also a great arc that has a wonderful payoff in season 3.
Ooh.
And she's like, he didn't come to see me.
Hmm.
Literal
You know
little
it's-
nipple.
They know it's true. Come on. Hmm.
This episode of Jag is weird.
You look up crotchety old man in the dictionary, his face is next to it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I bet he tries to use expired coupons at the grocery store.
So, Charlotte says, sex is a crime if it results in cardiac arrest. It can, but you would have to prove reasonable knowledge that it would result in death.
Guys,
So he thinks Little Nicky is the devil.
Right.
And then about a decade later, Adam Sandler has a movie called Little Nicky,
Little Nicky,
where
yeah.
Do you think that's Adam Sandler doing Twin Peaks fan fiction, or do you think that story is set in the Twin Peaks world?
honestly, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Ah!
Oh, Doc, how could you?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, ching, ching, ching.
Right.
What's eating fried chicken?
Yep.
Well, it's chicken. I can't tell if it's fried or not. Probably.
Rotisserie, maybe?
Okay, that is not how any woman puts on lipstick.
He's not any woman. That's what I said, Nate. He's not any kind of woman.
You won the Victorian Cross, damn it. Hold together.
Yeah.
We're not going to send you back to jail if you cooperate with us. We get the bad guys, okay? That's what they basically say.
But you also have to shut up.
Ooh.
Like he can really hear the shouting from a whole other place away.
Apparently he can.
He just walked in James' room without even like knocking or nothing.
So James should just leave.
If he was smart, but he's not.
Meanwhile, Oh man, the Backrooms version of this show would be so gnarly.
Oh God.
Why does this remind me of the Time Traveler's Wife?
Yeah. It makes you wonder if the reason that the portal or whatever opened for him was because they were having that moment talking about him.
And that was like an anchor that brought him back.
Maybe.
That's what I think. You notice he just put out a cigarette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know what you drink, Dad.
Probably scotch and soda.
He said a strong one. I would skip the soda.
That's like a garnish.
All right.
What? Why do they always do it at the? Oh.
Well, because it's a 50-minute show. I mean, it doesn't go much longer than that. There was a lot there. I do have to say, though, I think the best line from that whole, well, really the whole arc with Denise Bright. What's Denise's last name? Bryson? Denise? Bryson, yeah. Coop, I may be wearing a dress, but I put my pants, my panties on one leg at a time, if you know what I mean. Not
That comes
really.
next week, right?
Not really.
Yeah.
We had a wrestling match tonight.
Yes, we did, which kind of skirted the rules of high school wrestling. It's true. We have at least 2, arguably 3 Black Widows, right? There is at least an implication on Josie Packard. So there's that. And for all of the the whole thing with what's it called? The Marsh storyline there, and people saying they don't see how this has anything to do with the rest of the story of Twin Peaks. That's pretty much how I feel about the whole story with Little Nicky. I think that is like
Yeah.
What the hell? And that has far less. At least, like you said, you could justify the whole Marsh story in light of season 3. Nikki just never does coalesce into anything logical.
No, because ultimately it doesn't really go anywhere unless I'm forgetting something.
No, yeah, I don't think so. Not that I can think of.
I think they were trying things out and see what would stick.
Possibly.
Yeah, it does go into the territory of this kind of being weird for the sake of being weird. And there's a lot of that in season 2, I would have to say.
I did speculate that I do feel like, although a lot of things that David Lynch does do have payoffs later on, I don't think he necessarily thought them through initially. I feel like he throws a bunch of things out and then retroactively makes them fit. I mean, and it's, it's a style. It works. That's all I got.
All right. Yep. Okay. All right. So, chat. What did you think of tonight's episode? I think things really start to pick up again when, well, not just when Wyndham Earl shows up, because that's where I think you have the one sort of true. Now, because it's Cooper dealing with his own Moriarty, basically.
Right.
So I can look at it that way. We have always kind of equated Cooper and Harry to Holmes and Watson anyway. So bringing in this Moriarty type character, I do see that makes sense. But Jean Reno's pretty tough too. He's a slippery one too. And Michael Parks makes a great villain. So
true.
When he shows back up again, I think things start to pick up. But I always wonder about what the alternate reality of the show would have been if they had just gone with David Lynch's plan and left him alone. Where would the show have gone? Would it have been more like what we see in season 3? I don't know. There's some alternate reality out there where that version is out there, but I'm curious how many of these storylines that are currently running would we have seen.
Here's my take on it. I don't think it was just weird for weirdness sake. I think it was to some degree an outgrowth of David's frustration with Bob Iger, to be honest with you. I think that he's like, fine, you want a solution to Laura's death? Okay, fine. Here's the solution. We wrap it up. We're done. And then you want the show to keep going? We'll just meander. But I don't think he had it in himself to just phone it in like that. I think that's why we still get the Wyndham Earl storyline. which I think was something he did have planned out from the beginning. You see the seeds of it laid with the autobiography, and he had already planned that storyline to be woven into the whole Laura Palmer story. So now we just get it kind of divorced from the Laura aspect of it, which it isn't truly. You still have the Bob and the Black Lodge stuff going on related to it. So there you go.
And there is still that evil in the woods that's trying to get out. That's the ultimate antagonist anyway. So
right.
So Hank Jennings overheard something tonight too.
Yeah, but I mean, come on,
jealous.
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be in the least bit surprised. Honestly.
Yeah, but it comes down to for someone like Hank, it's less about how much he may or may not care for Norma, so much as she's mine. You're, rubbing another man's rhubarb, to borrow a phrase. So, it's a pride thing.
Not that kind of pride.
No. Well, and then of course we did get a Wendell Merle reference this evening. So I'm trying to remember how many episodes before we actually see him.
I don't remember, but we see him before we realize that we're seeing him.
That it's him. Yeah. Because he kind of pulls a Catherine in a way. He disguises himself.
Right.
And then he eventually winds up with the last character we expect him to wind up with, which is interesting when we get to it. But yeah, and we lose, and we lost Dougie Milford tonight as well. So yeah. And what makes Dougie interesting in retrospect is when we get to the secret history of Twin Peaks, we find out just how involved in things that he truly is. So it was a nice wrinkle that I wish the show had hinted at more in retrospect. That you could, like, and you've brought this up before, Troy. You could almost do a prequel series to this.
Oh yeah.
And as much as I've been railing against, sequels and prequels and spin-offs of late, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Because it does go off into some interesting direction. And yes, it would make things a little more, a little bit more sci-fi, retro, Project Blue Book, but why not?
Yeah.
I think we could use something like that right now.
And the fact is, although we're not quite there, we're really, really close. With what I've been seeing of people using AI to generate scenes and stitching them together into larger narratives, we literally do have the the raw materials to tell that story. We know enough of the story that somebody could de-age the actors, put Big Ed, Nadine, Hank, and Norma into high school again, kind of tell their story, see how Nadine loses her eye. And actually, you can go even further back, like you said, with the Project Blue Book stuff and Milford and all of that stuff from the secret history of Twin Peaks. The story is there; it's all laid out. In fact, if you really dig into the secret history of Twin Peaks, you've got a lot of historic figures. You've got Aleister Crowley, you've got Jackie Gleason, you've got various presidents, so the story's already been told. It could very easily be translated into. I think a good spin-off would be the Bookhouse Boys. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
A Bookhouse Boys story would be really, really good.
And how, they got formed. And and again, like I said, I always I keep going back to Star Wars as an analogy, and I need to freaking stop. But I always go back to the characters that I look at as like the Force users, And while the Bookhouse Boys are not necessarily that, I kind of see them more along the lines of like the Knights Templar. I could very much see that kind of analogy being, especially at the beginning. And the thing to remember as well is Hank was one of them.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the guy who went to the dark side.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a Bookhouse Boys spinoff. I'm surprised they didn't go more into it during the series, to be honest, because I thought they were kind of setting that up. And again, that's one of those things that just kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately. But I mean, Twin Peaks still has possibilities, and I'm not talking about in a way of, again, like Star Wars, where they have explained away so much that there's no mystery.
Yeah.
There's a way to kind of go back and tell some of these stories, but still keep a bit of the mystery to it. I always went into Twin Peaks thinking we were never going to get all of the answers. I always, like I've said, I always expected Laura's murder would be something that would be solved at the end of the series.
Right.
And even if we didn't have a definite answer, we would know. The clues would be there. But that's me. I don't know. I guess I just always had like a different show in my head than the one that we got, especially in season 2. And they're kind of that too, kind of the Watchers. Yeah. You could almost do like a Watcher series for Highlander. I mean, you really could. Like a show from the point of view of a Watcher. I could see that. And on Buffy as well, there are always possibilities like that if you have people who can write it well enough. And Mark Frost is someone who can write it well enough.
Yeah.
This is a man who's been around since at least the 70s on television, writing for television and writing books, and he's been around a while. The man knows what he's doing. He's multiple time Emmy winner. A Twin Peaks anthology. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of, there are directions that you can go in. But the question is, and it's the question that I've always had is you had people who came on and did this show as Miguel Ferrer once, I heard him once put it, I'll be a spear carrier for David Lynch any day.
Yeah.
And so he had that loyalty. He had that group around him. And does Mark Frost have that same loyalty within this group?
With very few exceptions, I think that just about everybody that worked with Lynch felt like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like to think that the story of Twin Peaks is not yet over, and that sometime down the line, maybe we'll get something in some form. But the fact that we're still dissecting it all of these years later, and the fact that, and one of the things that I've started to see are other YouTube channels that are starting to find this show, and are now putting out their own. There's a channel, of course I can't remember the name of it right now, where they're like on episode 2 reacting to it. So the show will
check your X. I just shared something with you that you could perhaps bring up that I just did. I tagged you.
That on there.
It's not a direct message. I tagged you in a share.
It's not the group chat. Okay.
Right.
Oh. Oh, I will. Shall I put this up?
Do you want to put it up, dear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right.
Yep. I just did that in 2 minutes.
That's pretty interesting.
Nice.
I see the sword.
And I got it because that's the patch, right? And I think that I've spent a lot of years trying to think what kind of a story, how could I do a story in a role-playing game related to Twin Peaks. I think this is it. I think, your party is members of the Bookhouse Boys, or they end up becoming Bookhouse Boys because of some encounter that they have that leads them to it. I think that's the way to do it. So anyway, thought you'd get a kick out of that. I'm going to go ahead and bounce because I got to get over to my other stream.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm sure you can
We
wrap
should go
things up
ahead
over here.
and wrap the show. Yes. All right, let me take that down. And very quickly, remind everybody, of course, that Troy and Netter will be heading on over to their respective channels for the casebook of Sherlock Holmes, finishing up the second half of an episode called The Last Vampire. Guest starring the late great Roy Marsden, who of course was also played another detective on television, Adam Dalgliesh. So I always thought of this episode as Holmes versus Dalgliesh. It's pretty cool, and it doesn't end the way you expect, guys. So it's an interesting one. So yeah, those of you who are watching on my channel, you will be automatically redirected over to Troy's channel to watch that the second half there. And of course, if you stay on Cosme along with us, you will be able to see that as well.
Yep. All right. I'm going to bounce. Take care.
Have a good night. Take care. See you over there. Great, they're gone. Let's talk about them. No.
Funny.
Yeah.
How about Josie in that maid outfit, huh?
Hey. Yeah. There's some definite eye candy on this show. I agree.
There we go. Yes.
For sure. All right. So, Boomer, what do you have coming up here?
Oh, what do I have coming up? You can catch me on Last Call this Friday. We'll be wrapping up our movies of 1986. And then you can join me again on Geeky Geezers this Sunday.
All right. And as for myself, Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be joining Outlaw Bill for the next episode of Action Theater, and we're going to be watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Of course, later on that night at 10 p.m., I will be joining Netter for Thursday Things as the guest this week. Directly after that, of course, will be my program, Coming Attractions, where you get to find out what I am going to be doing this week, up to and including my appearance Friday night on Films with Friends, hosted by Big Al Presents, starting at a special time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And this week's movie is Terry Gilliam's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, with John Neville from The X-Files, as well as Robin Williams, Eric Idle, Sarah Polley in what I think was her first movie, and an early appearance by Uma Thurman. So check that out. And let's see. And Sunday, next episode of Reserved Seats, I'm going to be joined by Outlaw Bill. And we're going to be talking about the state of physical media and the foibles of keeping one of these here YouTube channels running.
Exactly.
It's not always easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Boomer, any last words before we wrap it up?
Nothing. Just have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Indeed. And I do want to thank, of course, Troy and Netter for being here. Boomer, thank you for joining me here once again this week. And, of course, everyone who joined us here in the YouTube, Twitter, and Cosmic Chats. And as I always say, at the end of every broadcast from HQ, the corner of Sparkwood and 21 and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.